my name is Jenny Morel. Welcome to my Easy Life channel, and today I'm going to be looking at a easy DIY project. So it's actually next to me here. Actually, this is one of two that I made. It was just a basic. It is just a basic Ikea product. I will show you more in a minute, but basically I just bought it. It was very good. I didn't like the look of it, so I thought I would do it up, upcycle it a little bit. Very easy. You don't need to be able to sew. All you need is a glue gun and a bit of fabric. You don't even need to measure tape. I didn't even measure anything. I perhaps should have. If you're someone that likes perfection and detail, then I think it's time for you to leave. But if you're someone like me who just wants a quick fix, I see something ugly in my home and I just want to make it look a little bit prettier, but very quick and easy tip, this is what I'll be showing you now. So if you're new here, please subscribe or just click like if you like the idea of this, a lazy DIY concept, or maybe I was a little bit entertaining, hopefully, fingers crossed. So yes, without further ado, this is how I made or upcycled this item. So this is an item from Ikea. You can get them off eBay and many places do them. They are low price, you know, they're like £2 to £6, and they're great for storage, but they are cheap, and that price doesn't reflect in the quality. Obviously they're quite good items and they're quite sort of solid for what you pay, but it does affect the look. They're a bit ugly to look at, and I thought to myself, well, I need to put some backing on it or perhaps cover it up. So I got a bit of material. I will probably put a link below on where I bought my material, and I online, obviously, because we're in the lockdown. And I thought, well, I'm going to not cover the whole thing because that would not be accessible. I wanted it to go against the wall, so I didn't need to do the back. And then the other one I used as a sort of side table, sort of tea tray. Basically we're in the middle of moving a load of furniture about, so I wanted it to wheel forward and back for my cup of tea when I'm messing around with stuff. So I only needed to cover sort of one side and sort of the edges a little bit to make it look nice and neat. So I started off by measuring it. Now when I say measuring it, obviously this is lazy DIY. So I literally just held up the material from one end to the other and thought, okay, that's in line with that zigzag. I'm going to cut it across that zigzag and do as straight line as possible. Obviously this is a complete bodge job. For those of you who like detail and accuracy, this is not a good channel for you. So feel free to leave now, but please like, just for the fact that I am trying my best to entertain people with quick easy DIY tips. So I cut across the line, and then obviously the edges are gonna fray, and I don't have a sewing machine. I can hand sew, but this takes a long time. So instead of sewing, I thought to myself, what can I do? I haven't got a locking machine to lock the end. So what I'll do is, with these scraggly ends, I am going to get my glue gun out. I'm going to glue the edges of the material and I'm going to fold it over. And if you get the edge of the material, the fraying bit, just to touch the glue slightly, that would help to stop fraying. But I sort of rolled it in, and if it frays a little bit, then it'll get to the glue point, which will hold it steady. So I did this for each piece and folded it over. And then once all the pieces were complete, obviously this material already had an edging to it on one side, so that helped, and I figured that the neater professional sewed side would be the bit that I would show at the top, so I kept that bit for the top bit. The bit underneath is underneath another flap, so you can't see that, so that's not a problem. So yeah, and then I just got my glue gun once dried and ironed. Don't forget to iron it. It looks very creased unless you iron it. I also forgot to mention that when you get to the corner, you've glued both sides, you'll have like a little knobbly corner. If you just take your scissors and give it a cut, that normally just gets rid of that corner, which will then just make it nice and neat. And then once I did that, I just began to glue it to the very top, and just be careful with the glue gun bit. Sometimes it's a little bit messy, so yeah, just wipe it off, or potentially you could cut or shave it down after. So yeah, this is what I did with this. I didn't want to cover the wheels because I didn't want it to obstruct, but I actually think it definitely looks neater. The other option, later on when I move this item and I perhaps might use it for something else, I might put a little bit of wooden, very thin, tiny sort of slip of wood, almost like as thin or as thick as cardboard, shall we say, on the back, just so I can have perhaps bigger items leaning inside. You know, because the trays are deep enough for most things, but sometimes it might be a big item, which is, for example, I've got a massage piece that I would like to keep, and I am currently keeping it, and it leans against the sofa, but if this was going to be a standalone piece, then I would definitely want to put a little bit of backing on it. So the front would be the material, and that's to access, and then the backing would be a bit of wood or cardboard. I would also probably cover this up with either the same material, or you can use Fablon or sticky paper, or the other alternative is also wallpaper. I have wallpapered things before. For example, my TV cabinets were hand-me-downs from my mother. They were pine or beech, or I don't know, very ugly, from the 90s, and I was like, they need a facelift. Again, lazy DIY. If you want to see how I did that, click here or below. I may be doing another video too. Although I've already done it, I will go through it again and show you how I did that. So yes, and there we are. So we have a lovely little piece of personalised, you know, made your own sort of stand, if you like, nightstand, tea stand, or just sort of storage in general. So yes, this is how you upcycle a very plain bit of boring furniture into something personal that you can call your own. If you enjoyed this video, then please like it or subscribe for more videos, as I will be talking about upcycling blinds, lazy DIY style, and maybe I may even recap about this wall. So great to see you, and stay safe in quarantine.